Hi guys, I've had an awesome month of making, printing and painting things, and here's just a few of the wonderful things I've done this month. And well, I have to admit, it's been a great month because I've tried so many different new sort of things, different techniques, and printing and painting different kind of things. So most of these have been printed on my Frozen Sonic Mini 8K and Mighty 8K, and you're going to see a lot more of them coming up. Especially now I've got the equipment, the leads, the wires, all that kind of stuff to do some time-lapse video. So I'm super excited to, well, show all that as well. And if you saw my last video, you'd have seen me painting this dragon, and this was for a competition, which is really cool, as, yeah, I want to start entering competitions. So today's video, I'm going to show how I painted and made this, and I'll have to say, I had a ton of fun with this, and yeah, you'll soon see what I mean by that. So obviously I've been printing up my Frozen Sonic Mighty 8 and Mini 8K. This is them now in their new setup. Obviously I will do a studio tour once I've got the studio set up, as it's a bit of a mess at the moment. So prior to me obviously setting things up, I had both my printers going, just because obviously I had to dismantle them and move them and all the rest of it. So yeah, I had both going, printing things out for this month. And yes, this is the last video this month. Next month, I'll be able to show you, well, them in their new situation. So this is the creature I printed out. I'll leave a link down below so we can get hold of this. It does come with a variety of tongues, but as you would have just sort of quickly seen, I wanted to make his mouth look like it had, well, bits of something he's eaten in it. So yeah, didn't use the tongue because, well, I want to see his mouth nice and clear. So good old priming. Yeah, I'm still using the old the Colour Forge cans because I just love these. I think I've been using these a good year now, but I am trying more and more of their different range of colours just to obviously get different results. So this is what I'm going to be painting him with. Base colour of the green, and then doing a good old zenithal highlighting. I definitely seem to have moved away from the slapchop dry brushing in white. Yeah, I seem to prefer doing the zenithal sort of look. Couple of reasons really. One, I do find it a whole lot quicker. Plus I do like having all the things that I'm painting now to have like one side obviously lit up by the sun or whatever light source it is, and the other side much darker. Yeah, definitely something I am preferring now. Apologies now if the sound does sound tinny. So I just moved into a new room, and I must admit, it does sort of sound a bit echoey when I'm talking. Yeah, I will try and get that sorted for the next video. So painting this, I kind of had a rough idea of how I wanted him to look, or the final sort of colour. But this is where, guys, I'm always saying painting's about having fun, not caring too much, just going with it and, yeah, doing what makes you happy. So with this one, as you can see, I didn't even wait for the first sort of different colour paint to dry. I've just gone straight over with the next one. I kind of painted this in the mind of just being a child and just, well, literally chucking paint on. And in a minute, yeah, you're going to see what I mean by that, because this thing looked like a dog's dinner. Well, it looked worse than a dog's dinner. But the end result came out really well. So again, this is where it does sort of show that you don't need to always be neat, precise, accurate, and take too much time over something. Just sort of get in there, chuck some paint on, have some fun, and yeah, trust the process. So I did find a little, there's a little bit of sprue or whatever left over in there. Oopsie, it's not sprue, it's the support. So I just had to cut that out. But yeah, as you can see, I really am taking no real care here. I am just chucking paint on, mainly because obviously these are the kind of things I like to just get paint on, and then I sort of do a tidy up process sort of as I go or towards the end. And again, I think that's why I really enjoy painting, because I do care a whole lot less now. When I first started painting, I used to care so much and try not to get any paint on any areas it shouldn't be. And that's what kind of ruined the painting. Or not ruined it, but that's what kind of stopped me from really enjoying it. Because every time I went offline or I did something I shouldn't have done, I kind of like sort of, well, not exactly criticised myself, but it's like, oh man, and you get frustrated with it. So now, as you can see, yeah, don't get frustrated with it. You haven't got to stay within the lines when you're first getting the paint on. When you're doing the tidying up towards the end, yeah, you can go over and sort of make things look a bit neater. But then again, this is obviously a slime creature, monster. So yeah, so this thing doesn't have to look too neat. if anything, yeah, it probably looks better not too neat, because it'll definitely look more disgusting and gross. So yeah, so this is where I was doing this, and even I was thinking, yeah, maybe I should have taken a little bit more care. But again, I was laughing when I was painting this thing. I was absolutely in tears because I really was just chucking paint on with no real care, thought, or consideration to try and be neat and careful. As you can see, the paint's wet. It's leaking at the back there. And then you look at this and you think, yeah, my son, he's never painted any miniature in his life. I'm sure he'd paint this better than this. Apologies, guys. I've not been putting the colour of the paints on that I'm using. That's because all the paints I've used or have been using or I own are currently in boxes. Normally when I do these videos, I have all the paints in front of me so I can see which one I use. And then obviously I write down what it is. I mean, I should really write down on a bit of paper as I'm painting something, the paints I use. So apologies, there's no links or there's no indication of what paint I am using. I can tell you though, this is a wash. I think it was a purple or purple wash. So I put that over the top just to sort of, I do love washes now, guys. Also, I'll always use speed paints. They are my sort of preferred paint to use. But yeah, I love putting washes over the top, especially skin colours. I find it gives a lovely variation in the skin colours. But for this chap, I wanted to put the wash over everything just to sort of tie it all in. As you'll have seen before I put the wash on, yeah, he really is made up of all kinds of colours that have sort of a little bit leaked into each other. So yeah, good old wash over everything. Obviously making these little pusses here, I want to put a bit of a different colour on them. So yeah, just going around them. Do the same with the teeth. I did a bit of dry brushing with the teeth as well, just sort of try and get them back to being, well, kind of white as opposed to most of that red that I threw on. So again, though, when I am doing these things, I am making it up as I go along, and I'm having fun. You guys, you know, I say it all the time. For me, this is a hobby. It is meant to be fun. I do this full time, but I'm still never going to sort of take things seriously because then that would ruin the hobby. So first and foremost, this is a hobby for me. It is how I make my money now. But yeah, it's always going to be fun. The moment it doesn't become fun and turns into a job, that's when you'll know, because you'll see me being a bit, not stressed out, because I don't really get stressed out, but you'll see me not enjoying something as much as I normally am. But yeah, so I'm loving this. So I'm recording this now in my studio. I say I've literally got boxes everywhere. All my paints are, well, some are in boxes, some are in bags, some are on shelves, but they're not the shelves they're going to end up on. So I'm looking around now. It's like I can't wait to get everything neat, tidy, in its place. Obviously LEDs, lights, all that kind of jazz all over the shop. And then yeah, show you just exactly how it looks. But yeah, I definitely need to do something with the sound, because I say it's not a small room, it's not a big room. There's a window right next to me, but it does sound echoey in here. So I may well have to get some of those the old soundproof foam things to stick on the walls, which is weird because I did look at them. But then I thought, no, I won't need them. Who am I kidding? But actually, it does look and sound like I probably will need to put them. Where I put them, yeah, that's anyone's guess. Anyway, back to the miniature. Yeah, absolutely love painting this. The main reason I chose this thing was because I wanted to do those sort of sinewy bits in its mouth. So that was the main reason for this miniature, was because I really want to have a mess about doing that. But again, I love painting sort of, well, Nurgle creatures, because you don't have to be precise. So guys, if you're just getting into painting or want to have more fun painting, definitely highly recommend Nurgle kind of creatures if you're into Warhammer, or just sort of, yeah, swamp creatures or whatever like this for your D&D. Just because, yeah, you don't need to be neat. You don't need a steady hand. You don't even need good eyesight, because, yeah, I think I could have painted this almost blind. Or with my glasses off. So just going around these pussy bits, obviously they again look too neat and tidy, so I thought I'd go around with it. This is definitely a red dipping ink or speed paint. Again, not too sure because I didn't write it down. And then putting loads on, then drying the brush a little bit just to try and sort of feather that into everything else. yeah, again, I love this thing. So yeah, definitely gonna be printing out and painting more nurgly things. And the good thing is this kind of thing can be used for, well, D&D, Hero Quest. I don't know, maybe Warhammer. So to say, I say that whenever I played kill teams, I always did sort of proxy things for all my kill teams because I loved obviously making my own sort of kill teams up. Yeah, so that's something I need to play. I haven't played that for ages. I think because obviously doing the moving and everything else that's been going on, I haven't really played many games this month, to be honest. But yeah, definitely be changing that next month. Definitely be playing lots of D&D and Hero Quest. Oh, and guys, now I have got a bigger place. Something I've always wanted to make, and that's a D&D table with like a built-in screen, the cup holders, USB points, dice trays, all that jazz. So yeah, look out for that. That's something I'm going to be making soon. Right, so now I'm using, what was I using? Oh, it's the UV stuff. So I'm painting on the resin. Yeah, that's it. Oh, sorry guys, my brain's gone mad. Yes, I'm painting on clear resin and then using that light to obviously harden it. Just because I really wanted his mouth to look obviously really glistening. So that's why, yeah, painted on UV resin. I also go around and paint all his yellow pussy bits with the UV resin as well. Again, just to give them a nice big shine and to make them look, well, disgusting looking. And yeah, so it's so different how he looks now to how he looked when I first chucked the paint on. But yeah, it's amazing. Just keep going with the process, neating things up, tidying things a little bit, and all the rest. So Yoo-hoo glue. I've seen so many people use this to make the sinewy, strandy bits between teeth and all the rest. I've never done it myself, even though I bought this Yoo-hoo glue about a year or more ago for this sole purpose. Like a lot of things, I have ideas for lots of plans and sort of projects and stuff. Don't always come round straight away. Sometimes get there eventually. So yeah, this stuff, lovely and sticky, lovely and gooey, lovely and messy. I probably need to get more of a toothpick, something a bit finer than the thing I've got, because I really was trying to get all these sinewy bits to go from the gums rather than the edge of the teeth. But yeah, I didn't do too bad a job. So it's the first time I've ever had to go doing this, and like most things, first time might not always be the best time, because then you learn by it, you get better, and you see what didn't work. Say the tool I'm using, I really needed a smaller, finer tool just to get in between the teeth. But yeah, overall, love how it came out, and it definitely makes this thing look so much more gruesome. Yes, I'm definitely going to be using the Yoo-hoo glue more. So this would be great stuff as well to make webs. Obviously, don't put the red blood sort of stuff in it. But yeah, so there you go. So guys, I've had an awesome August of painting, making, printing tons of things on my Frozen Sonic and Frozen Mini 8K. Absolutely love those printers. Again, links down below to sort of everything I'm doing, using, all the rest of it. If you could go and click on them, that'd be awesome. Some are affiliate links, some aren't. But either way, you clicking on them does help this channel out no end. And there we go. That's how he's dried. And I'll have to say, I love him. I think he's come out really, really well. This will definitely be a shock on a D&D or Hero Quest table to see this sort of thing come out. Love how the boils look as well. And generally, just had an absolute ton of fun with this thing. So obviously I am in the process of moving and setting things up. So it's going to be a good week, maybe 10 days till my next video comes out, just so I can get everything set up and I can start doing some lovely time-lapse photography or videography of my frozen prints. So guys, keep an eye out for them. Okay guys, you all take care. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that wonderful stuff. And guys, if you can share this video, that is the best way you can really help my channel out, is by sharing. Obviously become a patron if you like, but you don't have to. Sharing my videos is definitely the best way to help support me. Okay, enough waffle. Well, until the next time, you guys take care. See you later. Bye for now.